Okay, here I am. It looks like I'm live, and it looks like there's nobody here. Oh, there's one person here. Who is it? Okay. I made a mistake when scheduling this, but fortunately I was able to figure out how to fix it. Oh, there's a second person, but still no comments, so I don't know who's here. Um, so here I am. This is, oh, hi, Kitty Mom Crochet. Thank you for visiting. Um, this is one of a new series of mine called Topic Tuesdays, and the topic today is tools. So I'm just going to wait until more people join the room before we really start the conversation. In the meantime, let's just have a little chat. What's in your cup? What's on your hook? That sort of thing. So I will tell you, I am working on, I have affectionately called this the big green monster. This is a big blanket. I made a big to-do about having all this green yarn for a blanket project, and then having second thoughts about the pattern that I had originally bought the yarn for. And then well, I came to my senses and I went back to the original pattern. This is a pattern by Bonnie Barker, who is also known as Bonnie Bay Crochets. It's called a Yuletide Tree Throw. Oh, hi, Ingrid. And, oh, Ingrid, you just missed me showing my progress in the big green monster. So you see there's one Christmas tree there. I have to do 5. Hey, Lisa. So that's what I have in on my hook right now, and so I invite you to tell me what's on your hook right now as we wait for more people to join us, hoping that they do. Oh, we have 5 people now. So okay, as I said and have said before, this is, oh, David, I outdone myself, did I? Well, thank you. It's really the pattern. It's not hard to follow. Sometimes Bonnie's patterns are a little more difficult, but this is not hard at all. But it's all about counting. My new that's my new motto. Count like your life is count like your life depends on it, because your project does. Oh, Kitty Mom, that's a great point. That's a great point. Maybe someone from Maine will buy it when I put it up on Etsy. What do you think? Oh, hey, Debbie Loves Yarn. Hey, Bev. Oh, Lisa, the problem was that I scheduled it wrong. When I had problems with last week's scheduling, I rescheduled things, and this one I didn't schedule back until like 2 o'clock. So then instantly it was scheduled for now, and I was able to go live that way. Otherwise, I would have done another spontaneous one. I'm just learning this YouTube thing. I've only been doing it seriously since late October, but I'm enjoying it, and I've met some wonderful people, and Lisa, and I'd like to see it grow. Let's see, what else do I have to say? So anyway, we have a few people here now. Oh, I see. I even have some thumbs up. That's a very good thing for people to do. So the topic of today's, oh, hey, Jennifer. Topic of today's session, today's live stream. Oh, wow, that's a lot, Lisa. Is tools. And I'm going to start with the simplest things and work up to the one that we all care about the most, mostly. Lisa, I've often been called a cheeky monkey, but never a cheeky bugger. I have been called a bugger in other instances, however, in other contexts. But we won't talk about that. Getting back to tools, so the simplest things. These are my favorites. Stitch markers. I don't know how anyone can operate without them. Whether they're simple like this, these are the ones I prefer. I really like the simple ones, or the fancy ones that people make. I don't know how people can get by without them, because counting is very, very important. Another thing I have in my little pouch here is a tapestry needle. This one is a simple metal one. I had a plastic one before. Actually, I bought a pack of 2 of these needles, or rather 3. I have no idea where the third one is. It's probably down some dog's throat in my friend's apartment. Anyway, and in which case it's out some dog's butt in my friend, or outside my friend's apartment. Anyway, so I keep my stitch markers and my needles in this. This is actually a little pencil case. People use makeup cases. People use all sorts of things. People can use Ziploc bags, you know, but it's very important to keep them there. One thing I've learned, just as soon as I get what I want out of it, zip it shut. Otherwise, you're gonna knock it over and everything goes on the floor. Believe me, I speak from experience. Anyway, very, very important. And I just reiterate my motto: count like your life depends on it, because your project does. Now here's another very simple thing that we all need, is a tape measure. This particular one, oh, I got it at one of the craft stores. I don't remember. I liked the color. And it's 72 inches, and don't even ask me how many centimeters that is. Oh, Lisa mentions that she sees the Lion brand box. I did an unboxing video yesterday with that box. So I hope that if you haven't watched it yet, you will go and watch it after this, because I had some beautiful yarns in there and had some good ideas on the spur of the moment while we were talking. But also that that sort of leads into something that was in the box, a tool. I got these 2 pom-pom makers. They are Clover brand. And I had never used a pom-pom maker before, because, and I found that my pom-poms were not really, of course, Kitty Mom, I know how it works. I had never used a pom-pom maker before, and the ones that I make by hand, I don't really think they're good. It took me a little while to figure out how to use this. There are instructions on the back. I did mention this is Clover brand, right? There are instructions on the back. Well, using the instructions, let me show you what I wound up with. Okay. That's what I wound up with. It was my pom-pom, I'll tell you that. Then I found a video. There are quite a few videos on how to do that. So this is the second pom-pom that I got. It looks a lot better, although it's rather small. Because I used the smaller of the 2. And then I tried again with the larger of the 2, and this is what I got, and I attached it to this hat. Now I want to get another pom-pom maker that is larger, because even this, I would say these 2, I would call these sizes small and smaller. I want a medium and a large, so that'll be on my list next time around. Maybe I'll put it on my Amazon wish list or something. the link to which is in the description of every video I have. Just thought I'd mention that. Okay, what else do we have? Markers, needles, bags, storage. Oh my goodness, storage. I have so many baskets around here, like this. I have big totes with finished projects and some with nothing but yarn. I got this bag. It's sort of a project bag, and I have inside it a very small project. But on top of that, so I mean, until you have like a yarn room and a yarn wall, use what you've got. This is a Ziploc freezer bag. This is a project that I decided I would take a break and pick it up again when hell freezes over. And the pattern is in there. And I made sure on the pattern to mark exactly which hook I was using. Because I have found in the past, and I'm sure I've mentioned it before, that if I don't do that, if I pick up a different hook of the same size, I might get surprising results or unwanted results. I'd love to hear your ideas about everything we've talked about so far, the pom-pom makers, the stitch markers and needles and the bags and baskets and things, everything for storage. Any other tools that I haven't? Oh, Kitty Mom uses freezer bags too. They're very useful. Oh, Lisa mentions using a crochet journal. I haven't done that yet. I have tried paper lists, which I promptly lose. I have tried electronic lists. My latest is a task list attached to Google Calendar, which I just forget to update. So I'll find a solution sooner or later. And yeah, we'll just see. Okay, now we're going to talk about hooks and what kind of hooks you like. People can get quite passionate about hooks, and then some people can be very just laissez-faire about them. So this is what I have for hooks. Oh, and this too. This was a Christmas mug that I got at Dollar General for half price after Christmas. And then I found a crack in it and found it wasn't usable for coffee. So it's now a hook caddy. This is actually a storage thing that I could have talked about under storage because it's a pencil can that has partitions. So I have nearly all of my aluminum hooks here. These are these hooks with these colored handles, which I'll talk about in a minute. These are my 2 clover hooks, which I'll talk about in a minute, plus the 2 largest of the aluminum hooks, which I'll talk about in a minute, and the 1 furls hook that I have. So yeah, and this is a Tunisian hook, which I will talk about in a minute. So hooks. Now there are lots of different brands. Some people are like very passionate about particular brands. Hi, Emmy. Thanks for stopping by. And some people aren't. I started out on your basic aluminum hooks like these. These are actually unbranded, but you know, they worked. They were all I knew. And then I found these. These are plastic handle with this little rubber grip, this acrylic hook, which lights up, except this one doesn't. Let me show you one that does. It lights up, which can be useful for very dark yarns. The brand on this is Crochet Light. I hope you can read that. Crochet Light. But I've seen this very same product with other brand names stamped on it, all at the same price. So when I look at a hook, there are three very important things. How does it feel in my hand? Now, I have a knife grip. I like the way these feel in my hand. I like it very much. I like the way these clovers feel in my hand. I only have 2 clovers. I would like to get more at some point. I like the way this furls hook that Veronica, also known as Crochets by Night, was kind enough to send me because it works with my knife grip. I have heard that people with pencil grips don't always like furls, and I've heard other complaints. There are people I respect tremendously who have reviewed furls hooks and even bought for themselves without, being gifted or having anything sent to them by a sponsor. A few hooks in varying sizes in different models of hooks. And overall, the verdict was, nah, it's okay, but not worth the expense. I played with this hook all weekend. I like it. Do I want to go out and buy more of them? Not on my current budget. Oh, hi, Lori. But I like the one that I have. It's not really high on my list of priorities to get more of them. I'm glad that I got to experience this one because I like using it, but I still think the price is pretty high. I mean, if you're looking at prices, your basic aluminum hooks, particularly the unbranded ones, very cheap. And then some of the branded ones that people like, Clover. Okay, these with the plastic hooks, I like the way they fit also. And they're color-coded to size. These are unbranded, but I think they are made to suggest tulip hooks by their look. So that's the first requirement. How does it feel in my hand? Second requirement, how does it work in the yarn? I don't have any hooks in my collection that don't work very well with the yarn. Some of them work in differing ways. Now, this would be a time to talk about different kinds of hooks. These are 2 hooks by 2 different makers. These 2 are branded, by the way. This is a tapered hook. You can see that the tip of it is tapered, and it's very smooth the way the cut is, and this little nibby thing is pointy. This is an inset hook. It looks like a cylinder all the way up, and this notch bit has been cut out, and this bit is pointy. This one is a Susan Bates hook. I know people who swear by these. This one is a boy hook. I know people who swear by these. I know people who swear by these 2 different styles. Now, hooks can also they can have pointy ends or a little less pointy ends. And that makes a difference to people as well. Even though I think I have a variety of pointy and non-pointy in my collection. But, oh, hey, Granny D, glad to see you. I haven't found it a big problem, whether or not it was pointy. I mean, you can see these two are, the pointiness differs. Now, the interesting thing, both of these are 9mm hooks. This one calls itself an N hook, and this one calls itself an M hook. I don't know why. If you know why, tell me. Please comment. I want comments. Please comment. That's my thing. So, we talked about how it feels in the hand, how it works in the yarn. Possibly the most important thing. How does it stir my drink? For that, this aluminum Tunisian hook is the best thing. I would never put a wooden hook in my drink. I would never put something that has, you know, electric parts or batteries or anything in my drink. But this is that's the most useful thing I've gotten out of this Tunisian hook. But because I've said before, I'm just not that crazy about Tunisian. And I think, let's see, I think that's all I really have to say about tools. Let's talk about tools. Lisa says she's never used that style of Tunisian. This was actually my first experience with a Tunisian hook. Actually, the first thing I did with a Tunisian hook was with one of these aluminum hooks, but I was only doing like 10-stitch sections. I was doing an entrelac blanket, except I got bored with it, so I made it into a tote bag instead. I have some Tunisian hooks on cables, but they are made of wood, and they sort of, the yarn gets caught on them. So I don't really, I mean, since I'm not that crazy about Tunisian anyway, I'm not going to go to the trouble of sanding or waxing all of those hooks. So they just sit in my little sewing box. So, gosh, I have been missing so many comments. So I'm going to scroll back a little bit and see what I can talk about. Well, there's Crystal Hayes. Hello. Yes, Emmy says she saved money and only bought the furls hooks on sale. They were on sale in the Mary Maxim catalog before Christmas. I do not know whether they're still on sale or whether anyone else has them on sale. Ingrid was asking about the furls, and I did talk about that. Let's see, what do we have? Yes, Granny D. Granny D says we're old college chums. We went to the same college, graduated the same year, never knew each other. And it was a very small school, too. In North Carolina, you cannot swing a cat without hitting a small, church-related liberal arts college. And that's where we were. I went there to study music education, although it was really more known for church music. It was known for the choirs, and I was a choir geek. I believe that Granny D became a teacher. Let's see, what else do we have here? Ingrid is asking whether there's a noticeable difference using a brand name. It depends upon the hook that you're using. It really is. And it depends upon the individual too. Different people like different things. Whenever I only have two sizes of these clover hooks, a K and an L. Whenever I need a K and an L, these would be the first two I would reach for. But I have both sizes. I have a K in the in this type of hook, and I have and here is my L in the aluminum, unbranded aluminum hooks. It's red. I like red. It really depends. I find, since I've grown accustomed to having more of a handle, that these aluminum ones without a handle, I don't like them as much, but I can use them. I just ordered this gadget that is meant for aluminum hooks. That it's apparently it's adjustable. You can put it on any size hook, and it creates a handle that is more ergonomic. Let's see, what else am I missing here? Oh yeah. Let's see. Yes, Bev is saying that you have to try the hooks to really know. And you can't try them out. You can't take them for a test drive. You have to buy them, and then if you like them, you like them, and then if you don't, you just don't use them again. Or you use them if every other hook of the same size that you have is committed to something else. I mean, that's one reason I have so many. Well, a lot of these hooks that I have were gifts. Half of my aluminum hooks came as a gift set. Those colored plastic handle hooks or rubber handled hooks, they were a gift. Some of the other ones were gifts. So it varies. I don't think, is what purple? Emmy is asking. I find my weighted ferrules hooks give me even tension. So Emmy is asking, is it purple? The ergonomic thing. Oh, the ergonomic thing that I ordered? I don't think it is, but I don't recall specifically. When it comes, I will share it in another video, maybe next week. Speaking of which, I would love your input on future topics for these Topic Tuesdays. I'm enjoying doing these lives. There is a possibility when I have guests, I might have to record those and post them in that way. Because some people are just not available at this time. Most people who work in the US would be working at this time because it's between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. Oh, Emmy, you bought the purple thing and you didn't like it. Well, fortunately, it was less than $10. There were two of them. One of them was like $7.90 something plus $5 shipping. The other one was like $8.99 with free shipping, and I'm going, I'll take that one, please. So if that one works better, then if it doesn't work, then I'll let you know that too. So let's talk about future topics as well, and keep talking about all of these tools. If there are any tools that I haven't mentioned that you think would be useful to talk about, I would like to know that as well. Let's see. Lisa says topics in the UK. Chalky bars. Chocolate. Love me some chocolate. Emmy says she loves the polymer hooks if she's not using her good hooks. Which ones are your good hooks? Forgive me if I've missed it. So anyway, some of the future topics that I have considered. Since we're talking about tools now, another time we can talk about yarn. I'm not as knowledgeable about yarn as some people. Oh, hey, Spidey! As a lot of other people are. I know the ones that I like. There are some people who know yarn a lot better than I do. So then I would want a lot of input um, for that. Let's see. Crystal Hayes wants to know if there's a website where she can find the furls hooks cheaper than others. If anybody knows, tell us all. So, oh, Emmy's talking about scissors. I forgot to mention scissors. Some people have very nice, fancy scissors. I have just your basic craft scissors. I got these at Walmart. After school started, they were on sale at $2.50. The next week I went back, they were on sale at $1. So that's how life goes for me. But some people have very fancy scissors. But, craft scissors work fine for me. Yes, Fiber Spider, we did talk about how expensive furls hooks are and whether any difference that they make in the actual experience is worth the money. I mean, some people are passionate about furls hooks. And I was saying that the one that I have, I was gifted with last week. I like using it just fine, but I would not make it a priority to go out and get more because of the cost. That's fine. And also, I did mention that people who have pencil grips, I have heard, do not like them as well as people with knife grips, and I have a knife grip. A bruised wallet, yes, a my wallet can't take much more abuse. So, let's see. So, Spider, I was asking people to suggest future topics for these Topic Tuesdays. I was saying that next week I want to do yarn, even though I'm not as knowledgeable about yarn as some people out there. And I've said many times that I'm a budget yarn girl. I don't really do posh yarns because they scare me. And we've talked about some of my favorite budget brands. I'm very fond of Lion Brand Mandala, which is not super cheap, but it's reasonable, certainly. Lion Brand Pound of Love. Some of the other budget brands of Worsted and DK Weight. My personality is posh enough, eh? Oh, Tris, hi. I didn't see you come in. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Lisa says she's heard half and half about the pencil peeps. Huh. Oh, hey, Linda. Glad to see you. This must be a raid from Veronica's live because I see some people just coming who were there just before I went live here. Oh, Ladybird. And when I did the 5 for 10 yarns. I got 10 skeins of shawl and ball from Lion Brand. I need to experience it more to be able to talk about it fully. Well, I'm glad to see everyone who is coming in now. We have 14, which is a manageable number. I wouldn't mind having hundreds if I had like 50 moderators. But yeah, I'm glad to see all of the new people. I would invite you to comment and subscribe and everything else that you do on YouTube. Let's see, what else have I missed? A lot of hellos as people are coming in. Ingrid, there's a pencil holder. Yes, Ingrid thinks as a pencil holder that a thicker or perhaps a more ergonomic handle would be difficult for her as a pencil holder. And that is what I have heard as well. Yes, comfy cozy crochet. It looks beautiful. Even though I keep waiting for the color that I bought this skein for to come back. Because it's like multicolored. Anyway, Debbie loves yarn. Which furl did you get? Sorry, my dogs. Oh, dogs never disturb me. I love dogs. Send me a picture of your dog, please. Everybody, send me pictures of your dogs. So the furls hook that I got was a streamline model, and the size was I, or 5.5 millimeters. And I was saying that I really enjoyed using it. I thought it worked well. It feels good in the hand. It works in the yarn very well. I would not use it to stir a drink, however, because it's made of wood. Viviana is a pencil holder, and that's why she's not sad for having a furls hook, for not having a furls hook. Yeah, I've often heard it said that it's uncomfortable. Oh, Linda, you say they don't have the size that you want? What size is that? Oh, Lisa, that that is a good idea for a topic. Let me make a note of that. And of course, it will always include chocolate. Linda, they don't have a 4 millimeter hook? I'm surprised at that. Now, I'm not sure that I haven't looked closely enough at the selection to really point you in any direction, but I'm surprised to hear that they don't have a 4 millimeter hook. Oh, Lisa, you're very naughty, which is no surprise. Denise. Okay, steals the Oh, hi, Bronco. I can't believe it. There's someone at the door, and I'm alone in the house. It's probably a package, so I'll just leave it at this on the step. And that's fine. It's never for me. My sister orders from eBay like you would not believe. Let's see. What else? Oh, Linda, you say they're sold out, then maybe they'll have more later. Oh, Lisa. Well, there's a second ring. Give me just a second. And if anybody sees this and says, oh, the video's stuck, just swear at them. I'm back. Did you miss me? It was a package, actually, except it was a neighbor who had been delivered packages that were meant for my sister, and she was dropping them off. So that's my story. Anyway, what have I missed? Tell me what I've missed. Let's see. Lisa says she's good at something. See, I have to scroll up. Ooh, swearing. Oh, that must be what you're good at. Yeah, that I know. Okay. So, Lisa kept you in line while I stepped away, did she? Oh, thank you for saying you missed me. It's probably because Lisa is an authoritarian, isn't she? Anyway, actually, it's very nice that a neighbor would stop by to drop those packages off. It's very inconsiderate of her to do it while I'm doing a live, however. Not that she knew I was doing a live, but she should have known. What's the word? How Alanonic is that? You should have known. Why don't you know what I'm feeling? What, I should tell you? Oh, well. That's how it should be, Emmy, every time I step away, weeping openly and unashamedly. Oh, Debbie, I'd love to hear about your hat-making machine when it comes. Yeah, fiber spider, I found like lots of people's mums. Especially my tone of voice. Anyway. Oh, by the way, let me see. Since he's here, I'm going to show this. This is Fiber Spider's, what is it? Cables and Shells shawl. Done with my old standby Lion Brand mandala in the Valkyrie colorway. I added this border alongside. But the colors always look nice. And that's another pattern that requires counting. And again, I will state my motto, count like your life depends on it, because your project does. Oh, there's a stitch. Anyway. What was I going to say? Must have been a lie, as a friend of mine would say. Oh, Lisa, I did a Bruges shawl once. Oh, it wasn't the fiber. Do you have a Bruges shawl pattern? Oh, yes, you do. I have to go back and look at that. I looked at it once, but I have a traditional technique for Bruges shawl pattern. Oh my goodness. So, those who have been keeping track know that I have several more cakes of this Valkyrie colorway. But if you, Emmy, no, it wasn't color controlled. I'm too lazy to do that. It's just all the way the colors fell in the cake. But anyway, what was I going to say? So I have, those who saw my unboxing video yesterday will know that I got 2 more cakes of Lion Brand Mandala, which I meant to pair together in a single blanket. It's made of 2 triangles. Each triangle is composed of a complete cake. This is my gesture for complete cakes. Or 2 triangles paired together. Anyway, it occurred to me as I was doing the video that I could pair each of the individual cakes that I got yesterday with one of my Valkyrie cakes, and that would also look pretty darn cool. Emmy, this shawl, this shawl is, I can't remember. It's 2 cakes. It's 2 cakes. So, see, we started off with the green part here, and I paired it so that it ended here with this a little bit darker green, and then we picked up with the next one where it started off in the lighter green. Oh, speaking of cakes, there's a tool that I forgot to mention, and now that I think of it, I can find it. It's a spindle. Good. You put your cake on it. Get your minds out of the gutter. You put your cake on it, and then what I do when I put my cake on it is I work from the outside of the cake, and this thing spins. This is actually, there's actually supposed to be a bottom half that looks like this, but it broke off. But you know, it's fine. It spins like this. It works very well. Very useful when working with cakes. I have a ball winder that's pretty cheap, and I don't like it. I want to get a good Swift and winder set. But then I think at present I only have 1 hank of yarn that needs to be caked up. Oh, Fiber Spider asks Hostess cakes. Oh yeah, I grew up on Hostess cakes. The cupcakes, or the snowballs. My sister was into Twinkies. Some of those leftover Twinkies are probably still with us. Crystal Hayes, how did I know your mind was in the gutter? You're hanging out with me, aren't ya? That's a pretty good indication. Let's see. Ingrid wants to do a mandala cake. I want to use it as my main color doing mosaic. Ingrid, I want to do a mosaic blanket this year too. That's on my list of goals for the year. I just don't know in what order. Because a lot of the yarn that I have is at least mentally committed to other projects. Let's see. Let's see what else. Well, we're still in January. We can talk about the about goals for the year. This is actually one of my goals: is to do live streams. Yes, Emmy, they can be if you're talking about a spindle, if you feel like it needs to be weighted more, yeah, you have to be careful with them. The reason that the bottom half of this one broke off is because I dropped it, and then I glued it back. Oh no, I dropped it again. But this works just fine. It doesn't hurt the floor because it's not really heavy at all, and the yarn isn't heavy. Oh, hey, Nancy. Nancy, I'm deeply hurt with you. I didn't win your giveaway. Well, Emmy, I don't know about what to do to make it spin well, or how well they spin, or different models spin. I don't even know what the brand name of this one is. So, anyway, Lisa, you just threw out another topic. Color work and blocking. So anybody who has just come into the room, I'm asking for, in addition to commentary on any tools you like. I've talked a lot about hooks and about other doodads, but if you have tools you want to talk about, please do. If you have suggestions for future topics, I've seen 2 so far, and I would love to hear more. And if something comes to you later, go back to the replay, watch it all the way through, and then comment below. Actually, tell all your friends to watch the replay too, because I could use some viewing hours. Actually, isn't it Granny D who tells people to go to people's playlists and just play them in the background, just to get those hours going? Of course, I would never suggest such a thing, but Granny D does. So Spidey asks about dying. Dying. And I still have not any plans for dying. Honestly, I have not seen online Deep in the Heart of Texas lately. Has anybody seen her? She and I were going to do something. Of course I have her email, but I'm lazy. Oh my goodness. I just looked down and saw a tool that was very important, and here we are at an hour, almost an hour, and I forgot to mention it. This. I record nearly everything on my phone. And I've gotten to the point, it's either for storage reasons or something else. I cannot upload videos from my phone directly to YouTube anymore. So I have this gadget. It comes with an app. So this end goes into my phone, and then I do this. And this is a USB thingy, which I stick into my computer. So once I copy the video onto this thumb drive, which has quite a large capacity, I then upload it to YouTube from here. But these things are also very useful for backing up your phone, for at least backing up all of the photos on your phone or anything like that, or your address book. This was $10 very well spent. That's very good. There are lots of makers of these at lots of price ranges. Most of them, I would think, would come with an app that you would put on your phone for transferring the files from your phone to the thumb drive. I edit my videos, the ones that I record on the phone, I edit them on the phone with iMovie. And then I put the finished project on the thumb drive to transfer to the computer. Ingrid says it's an awesome gadget. I think so too. Let's see. Lisa wants to know what it's called. This particular one, the brand name is Disc. But basically, it's a thumb drive that has a USB port and a telephone port. That's you can find them online, probably cheaper than you will in a store. But honestly, oh, here's the maker, Audini, if you can read that. But it's been a lifesaver for me. It's great. But they come in different capacities, different prices, different makers. I imagine they each have their own app for transferring the file from the phone to the drive. And then I transfer it from the drive directly to YouTube without even copying it onto my computer. Okay, what am I missing? Oh, Lisa says that Deep in the Heart of Texas is ill. Oh, Fiber Spider, I don't know that app. Debbie, this particular one is for iOS. They also make versions, I don't know whether this manufacturer does, but there are versions out there for Android. Okay, yeah, Fiber, I do not know Viva Video. And you say it uploads directly to YouTube. I was able to upload directly to YouTube from iMovie. And since I don't really go in for a lot of fancy edits, maybe one day when I grow up I will, iMovie does most of what I want. Oh, Ingrid, I hope you can find one. It could be an answer. It was certainly an answer to my problems. And this particular one, the maker again is Audini, Aodini. This one is 64 gigabytes, and I got it for about $10. This is for iOS to USB, but you can also get it for Android to USB. I don't know whether this manufacturer makes one for Android, but there are surely other thumb drives that do Android to USB. If for nothing else, you can thank me for a bus. 5 pounds. That's less than $10 American, isn't it? Oh, fiber. I try not to pay subscriptions for anything, and little by little, I'm eliminating subscriptions to things that I often have forgotten that I had or that I signed up for, thinking I could use them and didn't. Let's see. Oh, Crystal Hayes has to go, but she will see us soon. Oh, Veronica, if you want one of these things and you're going to Walmart, I saw them there, but they were more than the $10 that I got this for. Okay. Granity's going. Well, it's been about an hour. These things I schedule for an hour usually. So we can start to close down a little bit. So I'm really glad that you all came and joined me for this, and I had a good time. I hope you did. Next week we'll be talking about yarn. Next week it will be live as well. Let's see, the one after that, I will have a guest on the 2nd of February, but I haven't scheduled a guest yet, so I'll have to figure that one out. I can't read my own handwriting. Oh, yeah, I have some interesting topics on my list here. There will be another Ask Me Anything. I expect to do those every few months. You guys ask me anything you want to anyway, which is fine. Bye, Linda. Glad to see you. Bye, Beth. Glad to see you. So anyway, well, I guess I will call it a night or an afternoon. It looks like a very pleasant afternoon, actually. That will be that. Thank you all for joining. I'm glad you're here. I had a good time. Like, subscribe, share, all of that stuff. And of course, stay safe. And remember, count like your life depends on it, because your project does. Anyway, bye-bye all. Thank you so much for coming.